everyone, welcome back to my channel, Diamonds and Washi. My name is Katie, and today I'm here with my weekly WIP and Chat, and I'm excited to have my mom back again.
Hello, how are you?
We are together again and just couldn't resist doing another diamond painting video because my mom is into diamond painting now and it's wonderful. I do these WIP and Chats on Monday mornings are usually when they go up, and as long as this goes according to plan and the Wi-Fi cooperates, this will be going up on Monday for you guys. So even though I'm out of town, you'll still get to spend some time with both of us on this Monday morning. So if you're new and you aren't sure what it means, WIP stands for work in progress, and chat just means we're gonna chat. So you can pull out a WIP to work on, whether that's a diamond painting like we're both gonna be doing, or just treating this like a podcast while you're getting other stuff done. We're just excited to spend some time with you today. So Mom, what are you working on?
I have just started Books and Nooks. It's from Diamond Art Club, and it's a large piece.
Here's the picture. Here's the artwork. Yeah, you gotta see. I don't know which way I'm gonna orient this, but I think, yeah, you get to see it.
Okay. It looks really fun. I like pieces with a lot of variety, a lot of different things going on, and this one is full of it. So I just got started, as you see, and so far I like it.
It's so pretty. This is a kit I have in my stash too that I'm really looking forward to work on, but I need to be ready for all that light background color.
There is a lot of light background. I'm going to kind of do that. I'll save something in the middle for last because I like to have the funnest part last.
I'm going to be really loud for a second. Okay. Sorry, that's so noisy.
What are you working on, Katie?
I'm going to be kitting up my next project, which, let me grab it for you. It's called, interestingly, yours is called Books and Nooks. Mine's called Books and Things. It's by Kat Fedora. It is from Munimade, and I love that we both are working on these like booky themed kits together, but mine has 70 colors, and I don't know if I'm gonna be able to fit everything in one Elizabeth Ward tray. I just kind of threw a couple of trays in my bag and just am hoping for the best, and we'll see. I know that these drills came in resealable bags, so technically I could just work out of the resealable bags, but I just feel like I'm too klutzy for it, and it's just like a permanent static bomb, so lots of I can see the static in these. But thankfully, even though I forgot my dryer sheets at home, this house, which is not my parents' house, this house had some dryer sheets, so I went and yoinked a couple because my mom agrees, actually. She said this hack has been life-changing for her.
Yes.
That dumping the drills straight onto a dryer sheet is such a good way to get rid of static. I originally got the idea from someone else. It was from a channel, the gal's Library of Diamonds. So thank you, Library of Diamonds, for like saving my mom's and my collective sanity. So my Patreon actually helped me decide on this one. I had decided to go back and look at the 20 kits for 2025 video that I had done and the different kits that I was considering working on this year. And I picked like 5, I think, different kits from there that I was like, any of these kits I'm really kind of in the mood to work on. And so I had them help me pick, and this is the one that like by far got the most votes. I think, Mom, did you vote on this one?
Yes, I voted on that one.
So I was like, oh, well, I guess this one is the winners.
Yes.
So, I'm like, gosh, it's March, and I've worked on like maybe 1 or 2 of those 20 kits.
Yeah.
So I was like, I gotta make some progress. But anyway, I didn't even say hi and ask people how they were doing. So hi, everyone, how are you doing? My mom and I are currently in Arizona, why are you here, Mom?
I am wanting to be a snowbird. I'm retired, and we started coming out several years ago for spring training. We're big baseball fans, Cleveland Guardians. My husband's from Cleveland, so we are big Cleveland fans, and we came out for spring training and fell in love with Arizona. So we are here for 2 months.
When did you guys first come out here for spring training? I don't even remember.
I think it was in 2017. My sister lives in Phoenix, And I think that was the year that they bought their house. So we came out for spring break that year.
Okay.
So we were coming out just for a week, and then 3 years ago we started coming out for a month, and then this year we came for 2 months.
You were here for 2 months last year.
A month and 3
okay.
weeks.
Oh, that's right. It was like a weird timing thing. So yeah, this year I like the home that you guys rented because it's not only closer to the California side of Phoenix, because Phoenix is enormous. Like it's an hour to get from one side to the other with no traffic. And last year you were more over towards the east side of Phoenix, which meant also a longer drive for you to get over to the baseball park. So
we've tried several of the areas, but I think we've settled on the west side of Phoenix. That's where the baseball stadium is, and that's where I think we've gotten familiar with.
Yeah, so last year, we decided, Adam and the kids and I, we came out here, we ended up coming out earlier in February and ended up being a mistake.
It was President's Day weekend.
We just were looking at holiday weekends where the kids had that extra Monday off school. Thought, well, we'll go out on a long weekend where they're going to have Monday off anyway and all that. And then not really realizing that, spring training actually hasn't officially started just yet. So we didn't get to make it to any games. That's my fault for not really checking the calendar. So we didn't make it to any games last year, but this year we thought, okay, we want to make sure we actually go when we can go to a game. So that's what we did this year. So we did, I know, I wouldn't be surprised if someone gives me a little bit of guff for it, but we did pull the kids out of school. They missed Friday. We drove out here on Thursday right after school. We had the car packed up and ready to go. And as soon as we had both kids home, we were like, all right, let's go. So, and then we'll drive back on Monday. So, we're having a really good time. It's always nice to get to visit.
This is also my anniversary for when I started diamond painting.
I was going to ask you about that because I thought that you were coming up on a year because you were diamond painting last year.
That was my first time because
that
was when I officially started.
That's right, because I brought you a little beginner upgrades kit.
Yes.
I brought you like a box that was like, here's a better tray, here's a better pen, here's some putty, here's a different kind of multi-placer.
I was doing a beginner-friendly Diamond Art Club piece that was listed as beginner-friendly, and it was full of ABs, and they drove me crazy because, of course, they pull the wax out of your pen, and I thought, what am I doing wrong?
And if you don't know, you're just like, wait, what's going on?
So Katie saved me with an upgrade kit.
And I was like, what are the chances? Because if you would have started at the top of the canvas, there weren't as many ABs. But you started at the bottom, which I think is where a lot of people would start. I think they must have called it beginner friendly in part because of the size, because it was still a relatively smaller kit. There was some color blocking in it. But it was also, I think, a kit that had been made a while back because it had some symbols that were too easy to mix up. I think.
Yes.
It was a wintry kit. I think it was by
a snowman. Or it was
it Forest Friends?
Yes. It was animals singing Christmas carols.
Okay. Maybe Donna Gelsinger was the artist. I can't remember for sure.
I can't remember.
But I was like, oh no, let me help you. Let me explain. I promise this is not supposed to be just a super frustrating experience. Was it squares too?
No,
it was rounds.
It was
okay.
rounds.
I was like, Diamond Art Club doesn't usually label square kits as beginner friendly. They typically are like, no, it's got to be rounds to be a beginner friendly kit. Have you looked on Amazon at the Diamond Art Club? They've got a storefront on Amazon, and they have some exclusive kits that are just on Amazon.
Yes, I have looked at them.
I didn't know if there were any that...
I might have actually bought one of those. I can't remember.
Okay.
My stash is growing.
Yep. How many do you have in your stash at this point?
I think I have about 15 in my stash.
15.
I know that's...
Well, I mean, whatever is a lot to you is a lot to you.
It is a lot.
what's the project that you most recently completed before this one? Because this one obviously you just started on.
I completed The Apprentice. I don't know the artist.
It's the same artist as this one. It's Cat Fedora.
It was from Jada Gem Shop, and I loved it. I was so sad when I finished it. I thought about even buying the kit again and doing it again. I loved it.
That's such a good feeling. And when you asked me earlier today or yesterday, like, is that normal to feel like kind of sad when you finish it? Like, you're excited because you get to see it, finished.
Yeah.
But you're also kind of sad because it's over. And I was like, yep, that's how you know you really loved the kit, whether it's the artwork or the kit itself. And it sounds like you just really loved everything about
All of it, yes.
So, so it's like, you gotta see, Jada Gem Shop has some other Cat Fedora pieces,
Yes.
and Munimade has a handful, like this one. So I have a feeling this one will end up on your wish list too.
Okay. I liked the artwork. When I saw your picture, I liked the artwork.
Yeah, it's so cozy. I remember when I unboxed this one last year, I had such a strong reaction to it, like in a good way, in the video, that so many people were like, you're gonna work on that right away. Like we could just hear how excited you are. And then I didn't. I don't remember exactly why, but now I am, and I'm excited.
Yeah.
My most recent finish was So Curious, which I think I was working on in last week's WIP. Yeah, I was. And I did finish that before we left. And I love how that one turned out. It's one of the first Diamond Art Club Disney princess pieces. And when I stepped back to take a picture of it, it was like you couldn't tell the difference. It looked like it was just a still from the movie. It looks so incredible. And I feel like all of the different Disney princess pieces that I've seen completed so far, I've had a similar reaction where I'm just like, I cannot believe how good these look. Wow. They look like they're just perfect and straight from a movie screen. So, never mind. This isn't like unknown information. But I don't think I've talked about it with you, Mom, but Diamond Art Club not only has Disney now, they also have Star Wars.
Oh, no.
Yeah, so they released like a 3D card a few weeks ago, and it was kind of like a quiet, like sneak it in there if you didn't see it in the previews and go, hey, wait a second. Like, I think it had like Baby Yoda, like from, or Grogu or whatever, I think. Or I don't think it was Yoda, I don't remember. Anyway, it had a Star Wars character in it, but they weren't like, it wasn't this huge announcement that was like, hey, we've also got Star Wars. But I'm excited for, I assume we're going to be getting some traditional canvas pieces at some point. And I just, like, Star Wars is one of those movies I just remember us watching so often growing up. It was like Star Wars and Back to the Future. we didn't have all of the Back to the Future movies. I think we only had like 1 and 3 maybe. But I just remember watching Star Wars a lot as a family. So
doesn't Disney own Star Wars?
Yes.
So it's just new to Diamond Art Club that they got Star Wars.
Yeah, because I think that how the licensing works is it's not all or nothing.
Okay.
The only reason I say that is because like for a while it was like a question, like they I don't know if they weren't answering or what it was, but people would ask like, does this mean that you also have Star Wars? And I don't think that they confirmed or denied. Okay. So I don't know if they just wanted to have like a big announcement moment, but I think that's just it. And the other thing is that Diamond Art Club has had Marvel for over a year. I think almost 2 years actually. So they had Marvel but didn't have Disney, and so I think that they're just different houses, different branding agreements maybe. So trying really hard to fit all of this color in one of these containers. I just don't think it's going to go well.
I don't think so.
It's like diamond painting chicken. How many can you fit in here? How much is left? But anyway, so I hope that we see like classic Star Wars.
Yeah.
That's what I'm like really hoping is I want to see, like, it's not that I disliked the new trilogy or even like the prequel trilogy, but I'm just like classic. I want classic Star. I want Leia. I want Luke and Leia and Han Solo and the Millennium Falcon. I don't know, would you do a Star Wars diamond painting, or is that not really?
No.
Not as much.
Not unless Sean asked me to.
Oh, okay. Sean's my brother.
And he loves Star Wars.
He does love Star Wars. That would be really cute.
Yeah.
But I don't see him hanging a diamond painting in
No,
our
I
apartment.
don't either.
He's very nerdy. Like, he's really into 3D printing.
Mm-hmm.
And I think, is it Warhammer models that he's really into? Or
so.
something. So
He's into the Funko Pops
oh yeah.
too, and he has all the Star Wars. He has a lot of Star Wars Legos also.
Oh yeah. I am afraid I'm not going to have enough of the right containers for this project. It's okay.
If I have any.
I'll just leave stuff in bags if I need to.
Although
and-
mostly what I have are the little ones.
Yeah, I don't think the little ones are what I'm going to need.
Yeah.
I didn't. Yeah. Oh well. People like kitting up videos. Like, I've noticed that, like, you guys watching, that you seem to really enjoy WIP and Chats where it's like, oh, we're kitting up. So I thought that would be fun to, if the timing worked out.
I enjoy kitting up. I hate kitting down. It makes no sense.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm definitely your daughter. I do not
Okay.
care as much nearly for kitting down. At this point, I don't save.
I don't
leftover,
save
you know.
either. I have a large coffee can that I save the drills in that I will tape up and put in the landfill so to keep the microplastics out of the ocean.
Right.
But I don't save them.
I used to dread it. Like, it would accumulate, and I felt like I was just constantly running out of space
No.
to store my
Yeah.
leftover diamonds. I was like, I don't have enough space to store leftover diamonds from every single kit. I mean, at this point, I've completed 200 diamond paintings. Like, it's just, I don't know that anyone would have enough storage to save that many. But I wonder if you guys are listening, what do you like better, kitting up or kitting down? And do you store, like, do you save your leftover diamonds, or are you just like, nope, it's gone? I mean, part of it is that most companies that are like reputable companies that have licensed artwork and, you know, this and that, they are going to offer some kind of warranty or guarantee so that if you do run out of a color, they're going to send you more. And so that, I feel like, is part of the assurance for me. Is it's like, well, if I do run out of a color, I know that I can get more.
Right.
And so it's like, I don't need to save it. I think I've decided I'm just gonna plan to have 2 Elizabeth Ward trays for this project.
Do you have one of the small ones with you?
I don't. I think that if, you know, I don't get everything quite all the way kit up, that's okay. Like, I'm only on color number 13, and we're however many minutes in this WIP and Chat. Like, we'll be done with the WIP and Chat before I actually finish
Yeah, that's got junk on it.
kitting up. Uh-oh. I'm the same way. If I put down a drill and I'm like, ooh, there's like a dot on it, or there's a
that's what
hole,
there
I'm
is.
like, I
Little
Nope.
hole.
pick it up.
Put too much time into this to have a funky,
Exactly.
even though I
Even though you don't
store
display it,
mine
I
for-
know. Me too. I just am like, if I'm gonna spend the time doing it, I'm not gonna put a funky drill down.
Yep,
I'm the same way.
I must have learned from the best.
We already have the same like tendencies
That's scary.
for diamond painting. I was wondering, because you tried out diamond, I may have asked you this before, but you tried out diamond painting with me once, like a few years ago. We did like a special drill project together like 4 years ago. I'm just so curious, like, it didn't catch your attention then. Like, you weren't immediately like, oh yeah, this is a craft I really want to do, which is fine. Like, it's really not for everyone and not necessarily for every life stage, but I'm just curious what was different.
Well, I was really into stamping then, and I was making a
that
lot
time,
of card making, and I didn't want to take on a new craft. So that
Okay.
was the main reason why I liked it, but I didn't want to jump into another craft. And I slowly lost my joy for card making, and my mom passed away, and I used to make a lot of cards for her that gave her joy. So I lost some of my joy there and decided to start diamond painting.
I don't think I realized that you were that into card making still at the time, even though I knew you made those cards for Grandma. I don't think I made the connection that, that would become something that was kind of emotional or just hard to do afterward. That does make sense though, I'm sorry.
And I had a room dedicated to card making that is now dedicated to diamond painting.
And your stuff went to
A good
homes.
friend.
Yeah.
Yes. I gave most of my stuff away to a good friend who appreciated it and will use it. Or give it away, whichever she wants to do.
Do you think that's like something you might eventually be interested in doing again, or you just you are happy that you kind of...
I saved one tote.
Okay, like your top favorites?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know. Never say never. I'm pretty hooked on diamond painting, so.
Yeah. Yeah, my anniversary is coming up, my birthday of diamond painting.
Okay.
April 1st. I always, make the really annoying joke of it's not an April Fool's, it really is my diamond painting birthday. And I don't know, there have been times where I have started to feel burned out. I feel like 2024 in particular was a year where there were a couple of different times where I just felt like I am losing some of my joy for this. A lot of it had to do with feeling a little bit more of the sense of pressure and this need, this really deep need I have to prove myself. And it's like I really wanted to prove to people, including a lot of people that weren't going to like me anyway, but to prove to a lot of people, like, look, I work on kits from a huge variety of diamond painting companies. I don't just work on Diamond Art Club kits. And if you look at my year in review, like that proves it, but it doesn't change the fact that there are a lot of people that are always just gonna think like, oh, she's just a Diamond Art Club girly. Like, I was like, I try to work on so many kits for different small shops, but I don't know. I guess I also just then found myself like doing something you love, like to try to please other people is just never a good idea.
No.
And I just spent more time worrying about it than I needed to. And I had a lot of people telling me, like, don't worry about what other people think, it's okay, just work on what you love. And it's one thing to have people tell you that all the time. And it's like to know in my head, like, this is how I should be thinking of this thing. But to like, do it in practice feels a little bit harder sometimes. But
I think it's great that you're doing more from your rainy day stash and really making an effort to do things that give you joy.
I've noticed a difference. Like, I look at the kits I've worked on so far in 2025, and I'm just like, there was one like mini dazzle set that I worked on that was like the Chinese New Year, Lunar New Year set. That was a spontaneous project, and I just was like, I didn't necessarily love that one, but it was just a little mini set. I only worked on it for a day. It wasn't a big deal, but all of my other kits so far have really been ones that I just am like, I love this artwork. I love this artwork. I'm not going to hold this back for, a rainy day forever. And so I do think I want to keep doing that. Do you feel like of your, even, 15 kits is still a lot of kits. Are there any kits in there that you would go, oh, this is part of my rainy day stash?
Almost all of mine I consider my rainy day stash.
Okay. That's kind of like a good thing though. Yeah. Because then it's like you really just have kits that you love.
Yes, that's what I'm trying.
It's like, oh, I can't see the colors that I'm getting up here. You can see the tray now, everybody. I've had some people say that, like when I've asked, like, oh, do you guys have a rainy day stash and what's in it? A lot of people will be like, well, no, like, I don't have a kit unless it's something I consider to be in my rainy day stash because I only have kits that I really love. So I don't know. I think it's just from that. And you avoided this. I don't know how much of this you saw with stamping or card making things, but in the early pandemic, it was so hard to get your hands on things, like including diamond paintings, that there was a little bit of this sense of, if there was anything that you even remotely liked, you got it. Or even if it was just like, oh my gosh, there's even something in stock, period, I'm going to grab it. And then, so you end up with a lot of stuff in your diamond painting stash that once there's more selection again, you go, oh, I don't need all of these like filler kits. Or your tastes just change.
Right. I think that's happened to me.
Already? Yeah.
I'm learning what I like.
Yeah. That's fair too. I feel like in 5 years, because it'll be 5 years on April 1st for me. Yeah. I feel like I still love fantasy and still love dragons. But I did a couple of landscapes in my first year diamond painting, one of which I didn't enjoy as much. That was Space for Reflection by Chuck Pinson. But then I did a different Chuck Pinson kit in December that year called Hope Runs Deep that I loved. But then pretty quickly after that realized I'm like, I'm not a landscape girl.
Okay.
I'm just not gonna even bother having them in my stash for the most part. But you like some landscapes.
I have one large landscape that I haven't done yet, so I can't say whether I like landscapes or not. The mill.
The old mill or whatever it's called. Yeah.
So that's into my rainy day stash. I just and it takes me. This will probably take me 2 months to do.
Okay.
So
when you're busy and stuff right now, like you and Dad are doing stuff. I mean, you're doing some stuff in Arizona, but it's also it is a bigger kit.
It is a bigger kit. But that's about typical for me.
Yeah.
I typically do about 1 square a day.
One section. Okay.
My sections are, I forget what they are on this one. I think they're about 10 by 11.
Yes, it looks like 10 by 10-ish centimeters. It looks like the size of the perforated sections that Diamond Art Club has on some of their newer kits.
I did it. I split it up. I think this is 80 by 70. Where's my 70 by 84? So I did 7 square 10 centimeter squares one way, and then 10 point something, 10.5 the other way.
Another way that we're similar. We do the math to figure out how big to have even numbers of section or even size sections across the board. Yeah.
Yep.
So funny. By the way, if you've been around my channel, I'm guessing you've heard me mention rainy day stashes before, but just in case, I don't want you to feel left out. When I say rainy day stash, I'm referring to kits in my diamond painting collection that I haven't started yet that just have some kind of special meaning to me, like I'm saving them for a rainy day. Whether it's like, oh, this artwork really I connect to on a emotional level, or there was something special about when I got that kit. Like the very first kit I ever got as a Diamond Art Club sneak peek is still in my rainy day stash. So,
oh, wow.
I don't know if that demeans you or me, but yeah, so that's what rainy day stash is. I did a video at the end of last year, I think, with all the kits in my rainy day stash too.
Yes, I like that video.
It's
a good one to check on.
Yeah, it was fun. So we've been up to a lot of fun this weekend.
We have.
We feel like my sleep schedule, like I've just had a hard time sleeping really consistently, and so I feel bad that I'm sleeping some of the mornings away, but what can you do? We got here on Friday. We ended up getting in kind of late. We had to make a couple of like extra stops, and we did hit a little bit of traffic coming out. We got in around midnight local time, which was 11 o'clock California time, since Arizona doesn't do the time change, which means we'll be in the same time zone in a week, right? Because the time changes next weekend.
Yes.
Yeah. So we got in late, but the kids did awesome. Connor slept a little bit of the drive, but Micah, he doesn't sleep in the car. The kid doesn't stop for anything. But no, they did awesome, and my mom stayed up. Bless your heart.
Oh, of course, I was excited.
I know you're a little bit more of a night owl like me, but still, that's a late night. And then we all crashed. We're at an Airbnb that my parents are renting. It's a different place than last year, but it's a really cute little spot where right now we're in this little, it's like a little nook, it's like a little office nook. Is this technically a den? Is that what they call it?
It is a den, technically.
It's not what I would normally associate with, like visualize when you say den, but
people use it for different things. They use it, we're in a retirement community, and people most of the houses have 2 bedrooms and a den. And some people use that den as a 3rd bedroom. Some people use it as an office. So
I could see like putting a day bed in here.
That's what I would put a Murphy bed.
Yeah. It's a cute neighborhood. It's huge. Like it's a retirement community, and it's just enormous. We were driving through, it's gated. Even when we were past the gate, it took us like 5 minutes to get to the house from here. But the kids have been doing well with like, sleeping arrangements and stuff. And then yesterday, Friday, today's Saturday. I have no sense of time now. We ended up going to, I was just checking, we've been talking for 30 minutes. I had no idea we've been talking about. We went to a spring training game, obviously Cleveland. So we went to Goodyear Park. And I really enjoy how relaxed the whole atmosphere of a spring training game is. Because you get to park really close, and it's not usually super busy. Like, it's a smaller park. Did I hear you saying earlier that it's like 10,000? Seats like 10,000?
It seats 10,000, and it's rarely more than half full.
Yeah, it was not half full when we were there, because I saw them put the daily attendance up, and it was like 3,300. But it was
a weekday, and it's still early in
True.
the season.
True.
So the games aren't very competitive.
Right. They were playing the Colorado Rockies.
Yes.
And they won, which they lost the majority of their games so far, which my dad is, much to his chagrin.
Not looking real good for Cleveland this year, if anybody's a Cleveland fan. But you know what? Last year they didn't look great, and they went to the postseason, so.
Yep. And we're not fair weather fans.
Nope.
Because Dad was a Cleveland fan even when he was like a kid.
Well, he grew up in Cleveland.
Right, so he was basically just born and bred, and then so I grew up a Cleveland fan. That's the only sports team I still feel like a lot of connection to, or like loyalty to. It's like I'll root for Ohio State or something if I were watching a game, which I'm not usually. But Cleveland, I always feel like, oh, that's my team.
We went to a lot of baseball games when as Katie was growing up.
Yeah.
So she's been a born and bred Cleveland fan.
This container, the lid was loose. And so I was like, oh, let me move it to another container. And at least I had the dryer sheet under it.
Yeah.
And I still remember to this day asking Dad at one point, because I just loved going to sports games with him in general. Mm-hmm. I remember asking him, we're going to all these Cleveland, at the time they were the Cleveland Indians. We're going to all these baseball games for Cleveland. Like, could we go to a Cleveland Browns game sometime? And he was like, oh, no, the atmosphere. He was pretty young, I think, at the time. I was probably like 10 or 11 or something. He was like, yeah, it's not necessarily really like kid-friendly atmosphere at a Browns game.
Lots of language, lots of alcohol.
Yeah. He was like, you wouldn't have a good time. And as a kid, I just thought like, I'm just like going to sports games with you. I wasn't like, I don't know what you could be so bad about it. And now as an adult, I'm like, oh, I can only imagine. I don't think I've been to a Browns game, but.
Neither have I.
Yeah. I've been to a Reds game, actually.
You've been to an Ohio State game.
I've been to lots of Ohio State games. But yeah, so we went to the game yesterday, and surprisingly both kids made it all the way through with the help of some electronics and some snacks, to be fair. But I think we were all surprised that we didn't have to at least leave early with Micah, but we had fun.
Yeah.
Mom got them really cute matching spring training t-shirts. And yeah, we had a good time. We're sitting right behind home plate, which was really fun. I think that the kids really enjoyed that. And yeah, and then today we went swimming, which was a real treat because where we live, our neighborhood, we have a pool, but it's not heated, and they don't reopen it until April 1st. So we're really close, but even then it's going to be cold because it's not heated. But the pools here are open usually year round, and so we got to go swimming today, which the kids were really excited about. Connor's our little swimming fish, and Micah seemed more comfortable in the water too.
Definitely.
But we did say, we're like, oh, this is definitely not what we would say like a kid-friendly situation, because it's a retirement community, and they have like really specific hours for kids, but just like various things along the way made very clear that it was like, we really just would rather there not be any children here in the pool or just in this neighborhood in general.
No jumping, no running, no yelling.
No yelling, no splashing. And they like really kind of, I feel like they just kind of were giving us the third degree when we were going to check in. Like it's just this whole process. Dad called it like just a stodgy kind of attitude. So we thought, well, the kids still had a good time, and we, mostly, no one gave us any like dirty looks. A couple people gave us like cute smiles or whatever, but I just thought, oh, we just want to swim. We just want to have a nice time. And then we went over to I have a couple of sets of aunts and uncles that live out here, which you guys have seen. Had you seen Ralph and Janice, or just?
We've seen them once, yeah.
Okay. So they had invited us over for dinner, and a cousin that I rarely see was in town as well. So we all got together for dinner. I was nervous about how the kids were gonna do, just because, they're retired folks. I don't know that their house is gonna be super, mica proof in particular, and I just was hoping the kids would be, doing okay, especially because it's like, it's just being in a new space and everything already. It's got a couple little hiccups along the way, but they did okay.
I thought they did great.
Yeah. So tomorrow I'm really looking forward to. Tomorrow's our last full day here, which I don't want to think about.
No.
But tomorrow we're going to a park, but not just any park. My mom started to tell me about, she's like, I was looking it up, and there's this park, looks like it has a train, like a railroad. I was like, well, that sounds right up my kid's alley. And I was like, well, let me go ahead and look it up just to kind of see. And I open it up, and it's like, okay, there's a train that you can ride around the park. There's a model train, like, museum, and then there's some other kind of like museum too. And I'm looking at the pictures, and I'm like, oh my gosh, my kids would love this. So thank you for finding that, Mom.
Yeah.
It's in
Scottsdale.
So we got a little bit of a drive.
Which we're in Goodyear, which is on the west side. And Scottsdale is kind of north and a little bit east. So it's about a 45-minute drive.
Yeah, but
it'll be worth
it. I think the kids are going to be really excited. Michael will love riding the train. I was telling Connor about it tonight, and he was grilling me to be like, but are there any railroad crossings? Are there any in the models? Are there any like for the train that we get to ride? And I was like, we'll see if we can look at these pictures and see if we see any. We did see a couple. So he's trying to figure out how close he's going to be able to get to them. Because that boy and his railroad crossing.
And he needs to know details.
Wants to see what kind of bell it is, what kind of signal, what kind of lights. So he's going to be our resident expert. So I'm hoping they'll have some fun stuff there that he and Micah really both enjoy. So we're going to try to get up and go to that. And then after that, we're going to try to get back in time to swim again. Now, yes, I just talked about how this wasn't super kid-friendly, but this retirement community is so large that there is a whole other swimming pool area that actually has like a designated kiddie pool. It just didn't have hours that worked for us today. So tomorrow the hours are like 1 to 4 as opposed to like the morning hours for the pool we had to go to today. So anyway, we're gonna cross our fingers that maybe since that one has a kiddie pool, that it's just generally gonna be more kid friendly.
Yeah, we'll see.
We'll have to see. But we'll do that with our day, and I'm guessing we'll be pretty exhausted, and we'll probably just come back here, have dinner, and just chill for the evening. Enjoy the rest of our evening, then we're gonna head back on Monday.
And then next Friday I head to Katie's house.
Yeah. Yep. So my mom's coming out to help with the procedure, the surgery. It's technically a surgery. Like that's how I've often seen like my doctor and other people refer to it, but I'm like, is it technically a surgery? Anyway, mom is coming out to help out because I have that coming up here really, really soon. And so just to be able to tag team with Adam and the kids, with Adam for the kids and stuff, and be some extra support to me. I I don't know, I had a lot of you comment, and I had a few of you email, which thank you so much for your really, really sweet emails, and those of you that, you know, shared your experiences if you have experiences. It's really reassuring to hear, like, some moms and people emailed or left comments on my video saying like, oh, I've had that done, or I know someone that had this done, and it was, you know, it's life-changing. It's made this whole big difference for me. And so I just keep thinking, I hope that that is going to be the case for me. And I've even had some people say like, I had the surgery, you know, on Monday, and I could have gone back to work on Tuesday.
Yeah.
So, but I just, there's a little
we'll
bit
go
of...
to brunch on Tuesday.
Yeah.
If you're up for it.
Exactly.
No problem.
It's like hope for the best, but have a contingency plan.
Yep.
So we'll see. Yeah, so mom's driving out. We tried to look at maybe coordinating it so that she could just drive back with us, but the timing just wasn't quite gonna work out, and we weren't sure that really like that long of a drive with all of us crammed in one car. We don't have a third row. We just have 2 rows. I thought that might have been a little cozy, but and the timing, yeah, it just wouldn't have worked out, because if you came with us now, you'd be like just ditching dad here for like 2 weeks or a week and a half. So that's not what we're looking to do. So anyway, she's flying out on Friday. And yeah, so I'll keep you guys posted. I appreciate any positive thoughts you have to send my way. My procedure is on Monday, the 10th. So we'll see.
You'll have a WIP and Chat before that.
Yeah, it's like, am I gonna feel like filming the night before, or am I just gonna be like a giant ball of anxiety?
No.
Like, I think I'll be pretty anxious about that, but.
Oh man, I just made a mess of this.
Uh-oh. Those colors are so pretty.
I have no idea what's going on here.
It's like this.
I think
front
there's a
of
chair
this
here.
I think that's a cardinal.
Okay.
I think there's a couple of different like cardinals in this artwork. Maybe that's a chair?
Yes, it is. It's a chair.
It is. Okay.
But it is a cardinal.
That's really pretty.
I just made a mess though.
Oh,
I don't
honey.
know about this glue being, you were talking about the glue being slippery.
Mm-hmm.
And that may be an issue.
That kit came out quite a while ago.
Well, they had to restock it.
Oh, you got it in the restock.
Yeah, I got it in the restock.
Right, you didn't get it from me. Oh. And that would have been probably in the fall. So, oh shoot. Well,
I'm not sure. Just every so often it seems like they're popping up
okay.
easily. It could be me.
It sounds like it was an issue that like they discovered and they addressed, but I don't know how many kits it affected. So I'm just, I tell people, if you have issues, like please contact them. I'm not customer service. Like I did pass along to them after I got several comments about it on my like how Diamond Art Club has changed over the years. I did pass along, I was like, here's some screenshots, here's some feedback that I got, and I want to make sure you guys have it too. So they're aware. But
No,
I know
I just got a big run of putty on this. Maybe it's time for me to go to bed.
Yeah, well, we can wrap it up. We've been chatting for a while, but I got not quite halfway, almost 35 colors into it. Yeah, I'm just gonna do 2 trays. That'll just be easier. It's a big kit. What is it? 60 by 81. Yeah, it's hard to fit the drills for a 60 by 81 kit into one Elizabeth Ward tray. But you did.
I have a bag of.
Oh, that white color. Oh,
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Or the light blue. It's a light blue.
There's a couple colors that I.
Yeah. Gosh. Well, thanks guys for hanging out with us. I know we didn't make it to the hour mark, but I think we're both kind of pooped. So we're gonna wrap it up here. Thanks for keeping us company. What was the question I asked earlier? It was, what do you prefer, kitting up or kitting down? And do you save your leftover diamonds, or do you just pitch them into the abyss in some way? And if you made it all the way to the end, how about a book emoji? Because we both have very book-themed projects. A book emoji of some kind. Let us know how you're doing, what you've been up to. And yeah, so I made good progress on my kit. You made good progress on yours.
Got most of a square done.
Yeah, I think we're both gonna go get ready for bed. So we're gonna try to get up and be in the car by like 10 o'clock tomorrow, which doesn't sound like that should be that early, but I'm not.
It's a night owl.
I am a night owl, and I have just been having. I'm just really quickly, and then we'll promise we'll let you go. But so the way we have our sleeping arrangements is there's 2 bedrooms like with doors, and so we have Connor on an air mattress in the room with my parents, and Mike on an air mattress in the room with Adam and me. And I don't. Mike is not a very like still and sound sleeper, and so I just am not sleeping as soundly with him in there, and I'm not being critical, but at all. I'm not complaining. It's just I haven't slept as soundly. Like at one point in the middle of the night last night, it was like 3 o'clock in the morning, and I hear him. It like woke me up, and I heard him like get up, and he starts like rummaging in the suitcase, and I'm like, what is happening? I like, you woke up. I was like, Micah, are you okay? Yep. I said, it's the middle of the night, buddy. Go back to bed. And he like just kind of went back over and got back into bed and wrapped himself up in his little blanket and went back to sleep. So all this to say, I just have not been sleeping amazingly at night, and so I've been sleeping in the mornings to make up for it, and getting naps when I can too. So.
And Micah is getting up bright and early in the mornings. Micah and Connor both are morning guys.
Not just, I don't know where they got it from, because it's not us.
Not me. Maybe
But
their grandpa.
there you go. And also, you could let us know in the comments, are you a morning person? Are you an early bird? Or are you a night owl? Are you a fellow nocturnal creature like us? So, anyway, thanks for hanging out with us today, Mom. Thanks for coming to join me again.
Thanks for having
This
me.
was fun. I'm gonna maybe do a little more kidding up, and then I'm gonna go to bed. But all right, you guys, please like this video if you enjoyed it, and subscribe if you want to see more diamond painting videos from me, and things I have coming up this week. I didn't do my reading watching loop. It's fine. We're done. We need to go. Things that are coming up this week. We'll just see how it goes. But I hope you're all doing well. Thanks again for hanging out with us, and we'll talk to you again soon. Okay. All right.
Bye.
Bye.